Hi, and welcome back to Penguin's View. More interesting facts for you this time. Now, having done the highly successful facts about Ireland, I was requested to do one on Bram Stoker, which you should have watched by now. If not, get and watch it. Yeah, that's you. I know you didn't. Anyway, while doing these, I heard about a myth, legend, as it were, of the Irish vampire. So I started doing a video on the Irish vampire, only halfway through to find out there's two. So scrap that one, here we go. This is about the two Irish vampire stories. So here goes with some facts about them. And before we start, please forgive me for the poor pronunciation of the Irish Gaelic words in advance, because I am going to butcher the heck out of them, I'm sure. But I'll make sure I try and put them up there at the same time, so you can at least understand what the heck I'm talking about. Or try to. Right, so the story that I heard of first was the male vampire, the Arbor which comes from Northern Ireland, and later found out about the female one, the Dereg Dhu, from the Waterford area. Actually, out of the two, that's my favourite of the stories, but there we go. Both stories are said to have influenced Stoker for his Dracula story, although there is no evidence to support this that I am aware of, at least. Both vampires had similar burial rituals to stop them rising again. Right, the Arbitrat will do him first. Translated, the word means dwarf. He was a chieftain said to have magical powers, but also said to be rather cruel to the people under his rule. He was slain by a local chieftain, but each time he arose from the dead more cruel than before, and said to have drunk the blood of his subjects. Pretty evil. There we go. The third time he was killed, it was with the help of the Druids, who stated that only a sword made of yew wood would kill him. Which he did. Once killed, he was buried upside down, so that his magic powers couldn't help him to rise, and a large rock was put atop the grave, again to stop his rising again. Now, this one is my more favourite of the two stories, which is the story of the Dereg Dhu, who was a beautiful woman, but she loved a farmhand. Naturally, had little to no money at all, and her cruel father denied their union, as he had no land or wealth to give as a dowry for her, and her father only wanted the riches that he could get. Her father then made her marry an older chieftain who was wealthy, but was cruel and abusive, and only saw her as an object for his own viewing and amusement. That's never a good sound, is it? She could not stand her new life, so she stopped eating and drinking until her life ebbed away. Not long after her death, the chieftain remarried, and her family were far more interested in their new wealth than the fact that she had passed away and the reasons for it. She returned from the grave seeking revenge on those who had wronged her. First was her father, Putting her finger on his lips, she sucked the life from him. Then she went after the womanizing chieftain, where she not only drained every breath, but all of his blood, too. The blood is supposed to have made her feel more alive than ever before, and using her beauty she would lure young men and drain them of their blood, but it was never enough to quench her thirst. Her remains are said to be buried in Waterford at a place known as the Strongbow Tree. Her bloodlust remains, but she can only rise from the grave on the anniversary of her death. Locals place rocks upon the grave to stop her rising again, to take the blood of the innocent. As I said, I like the story of the Derek Doo and believe her story could be made into a film if it hasn't already. If it has, please let me know because I'd really like to watch it. Yeah, I know, I'm not a filmy and it's a film I'd like to watch. Anyway, hopefully you found this of interest. And if you did, that's fantastic. If you have ideas of myths and legends from anywhere, preferably a little bit more obscure than the Loch Ness Monster, drop it in the old comments down below and I will look into it. If I can find enough info, I find the info to be of interest to me, then I will do a video on it and I will give you credit for it at the same time. So, until the next one, TTFN.